Hi everyone, this is Arsh. Today I have with me Sunyul, who has grabbed some amazing international offers. One is from Goldman Sachs, Warsaw, and another one is from DE Shaw, Luxembourg. So in this video, we're going to discuss with him regarding his preparation strategy, how he applied for these opportunities, what were the different number of rounds in these companies, like be it online test or interview rounds. Before starting this video, I would like to have a brief introduction of Sunyul.
Okay, so first of all, thank you Arsh Bhaiya for having me here. So hello everyone, this is Sunyul.I. I am from Netaji Subhash Engineering College. So basically it's a private college in Kolkata. I wouldn't go much into my educational grade points and all. A little bit about my educational background. So I was a biology student in my 11th and 12th, basically a typical NEET aspirant. I couldn't get into government college on my first attempt, so without dropping out, I opted for a bachelor's in computer science and again gave NEET during my first year of college. This time I got a government college, but due to some administrative issues, I couldn't secure a seat, had no options but to continue my engineering. Since I had no computer science background in 11th and 12th, I had this notion that I wouldn't be able to cope up with my batchmates. There was this friend, I saw him attending conferences and seminars, and I thought that if I also attend conferences and seminars, I would definitely get into Google. So then I got to know about DSA and competitive programming, and there was this new trend of people getting into Amazon, Google, posting videos on YouTube. Got an idea of the actual interview process and how to get into these companies, so I started competitive programming. Late 2021, I had internship experience and pre-placement offers from Adobe, American Express, Reliance Jio-like companies, some international offers as well from DE Shaw, Luxembourg and Goldman Sachs, Warsaw. So that's all about my journey. Thank you.
Before moving ahead with this video, I would like to talk about Coding Ninjas. As you people know that Coding Ninjas is one of the largest coding education company that they have courses related to all the domains like web development, Android development, data structural algorithms, Java, C++, Python, and a lot more. They're coming up with their Coding Ninja scholarship test on 17th and 18th of April, through which you can get up to 100% scholarships on all their premium courses, and you can get course goodies worth rupees 4,000, free coding book, industrial training certificate. What is there in this test? It's a 30 aptitude based MCQs test, no negative marking, and pocket friendly registration fees. Scholarships that you might get, rank 1 to 10 will be getting 100% scholarship, 11 to 30 will be getting 75% scholarship, and so on. You can also redeem Ninja coins here to get some additional discount on the course, on the registration fees. So you can try your luck there as well. How to register for Coding Ninjas test? There's a link in the description. Go ahead and check out that link. Apply the coupon code that is mentioned in the description below, and you will be getting a complete 50% off on the registration fees. You can register only for rupees 49. So if you're interested to purchase any of the courses, this is the best time. Do check out the link in the description below. Super awesome. Like, there are a lot of things that you mentioned about your journey. Throughout this video, we'll discuss about some of those. We'll pick out some of those points that can help other people get inspiration from you. So moving ahead with the main part, like, how did you apply for these international offers? Like, it's people don't know generally on how to apply for these international offers. They end up seeing just the LinkedIn post, and after that they regret like when these openings came, or how did he or she apply. So what was the application process, how you got to know about these, and how the things went?
Okay, so talking about the application process, I had earlier taken a referral from a former intern at DE Shaw for the Hyderabad location. So I expected an online assessment link, but did not get one. Then I thought of applying for European regions and got an opening for Luxembourg on the careers page. I applied directly through their careers page without any referral, and luckily I got the online assessment link. So I personally think that getting a referral is not the way right now, because there are thousands of people getting referral and you are entering into the same queue as all the other applicants. So it's pretty competitive right now to get a referral and getting a reward back from the recruiter. So yeah.
And like for Goldman Sachs, like how did you apply for Goldman Sachs?
Okay, again for Goldman Sachs, it's the very same procedure. I tried applying for 3-4 positions for Goldman Sachs Bangalore, then Goldman Sachs New York location, and finally the Goldman Sachs Poland location. So I gave the online test for Goldman Sachs Bangalore. I did not get any test link for Goldman Sachs New York, but I again got the online assessment link for Goldman Sachs Warsaw location. And then after the online assessment, there were other rounds as well. I will be talking about them further.
Got it. So now let's discuss about the entire process, starting from the online test to the different number of interview rounds and what were some of the topics that were focused in those interview rounds, starting with Goldman Sachs process.
Okay, so the online assessment, I had to solve two coding questions in around 60 minutes. The coding questions were quite par with the Uber questions, and I would say like they were random questions. Goldman Sachs don't recycle questions. They take up new questions and they give it in the OA. So the question levels, they were basically lead code medium to lead code hard. If I say lead code hard, there are two regions in lead code hard. One is rated 6 and one is rated 7. So the questions were basically rated 6 of lead code hard. And after the online assessment, there was a higher view round. So if you are applying for international positions, you will definitely get this round. This round is basically a set of pre-recorded behavioral questions where you are judged by an artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence judges you based on your body language, your eye contact. They judge you and they give you points out of 10, and then the recorded interview is processed to real interviewers who then call you back for the on-site interviews, right? And again, in the on-site interviews, there was two interview rounds of 45 minutes each, and there were two interviewers in each of those panels. And regarding Goldman Sachs, I never thought that Goldman Sachs would not ask me to code. They didn't ask me to code anything. They asked DSA questions based on, one was based on binary search and other was based on pattern matching, that is KMP and Z algorithm. So basically they did not ask me to code. They were looking into my thought process, my logical reasoning. They asked me why my approach is correct, and they also asked me to prove my approach, like it would be the best approach for that particular problem. And there were also behavioral rounds. So I would say they will actually grill you on behavioral rounds as well as your project. So you should completely own your project. You should not copy it from the internet. And also prepare for behavioral rounds, as Goldman and D Shaw focuses a lot on the behavioral competencies and principles of the company. So yeah.
Got it. Similarly, like you applied for D Shaw as well. So what were the different number of rounds in D Shaw's entire process?
Okay. So for D Shaw, the application process was pretty same but somewhat different. So the online assessment, I had to solve 3 questions in 70 minutes. So the first question was again a lead code hard, rated 7, I would say. It was a DP question, dynamic programming. And then the second question, it was allotted 20 minutes, and it was a binary search question, and it was lead code hard, rated 6. And finally again a DP question for 30 minutes, that was lead code hard, rated 7. So I personally think that online assessment part is the hardest part of the entire D Shaw recruiting process. And after this process, again you get the higher view round. Again I can say that for international offers you will get this higher view round. And finally there was a super day assessment. So it started from around 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 27th of March. And the technical rounds were 2 rounds, that was from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Again I got questions on dynamic programming, digit DP and SOS DP. I personally think that D Shaw loves dynamic programming a lot. So I solved those questions in around 20-30 minutes. There were base questions and follow-up questions as well. And finally I had the HR round from 5:30 to 6 p.m. and it was also based on the 4 basic principles of D Shaw, that is leadership, customer centrics, and then you have the sustainability and innovative skills. So you should frame the questions around this.
Yeah, so we have talked about the different interview rounds, online tests, what was the difficulty level of each of them. So coming upon to your particular preparation strategy, like what was, like how did you start with your preparation journey, what all things you focused upon, and how did you actually code?
Okay, so the preparation was not instant. It went on gradually from the very first year to the very last year of my college. So basically I first of all started off with data structures and algorithms, as all other budding engineers would do. And then I got to know that focusing on only questions would not be enough. we are not learning data structures and algorithms just to solve questions, but to solve real world problems. So I started focusing a lot on the algorithms part. I started implementing the algorithms on practical examples. I started making variations, and those variations led me to answer some more questions on those particular algorithms. So this was the basic strategy. So first of all, I would say that I did not crack all the interviews I opted for. I cracked Adobe and American Express, but I failed again in the Amazon interviews that came on campus for my internships. So I learned there that you also have to give mock interviews. Preparing DSA is not enough. So I started giving mock interviews after I got a failure or a rejection in the Amazon interviews. And again after that I opted for Google this year around February. Again I got a rejection from the hiring committee because of the behavioral round. So again I started preparing for the behavioral rounds and the behavioral questions. So I ultimately think that I got the preparation gradually throughout my years, and it was not an instant instant fire that I have to prepare for DSHO and Goldman. So I generally feel that the preparation I did for Google actually helped me crack this international offers as well.
That's super amazing to hear, Sunyul. Concluding our conversation with a final piece of advice from your end that would help the budding engineers who are looking forward to such international offers on application process or the difficulty level. So what would be your final piece of advice?
So my advice to you guys would be to study algorithms pretty well. Don't just focus on solving questions. As I said, you are learning data structures and algorithms to solve real world problems and not to just solve random lead code questions. And along with DSA, also focus on behavioral questions as well as your projects. If your project is quite complex and innovative, that would be very appealing to the interviewer, but at the same time those projects would stretch the debate between you and the interviewer longer. They might grill you on the tech stack, the dependencies and the use case of the project. So you are building a project, completely own it, and finally believe in the process. Don't overburn yourself. Things might not go your way today, but believe me, I have been through this and things will turn out for good soon. Basically, we started off with a YouTube channel 3 months ago, and we are currently doing a competitive programming series and a data structure algorithm series, and we also bring on videos on internships, projects you should be doing in 2022 and all other stuffs. So we are also giving a giveaway right now on hitting 5,000 subscribers. We are very close to 5,000, so you can definitely check out our channel. It's PS for all. So yeah,
great. That's super amazing to hear about your channel as well. Thank you so much, Sunyul, once again for being a part of this conversation and guiding people regarding how to grab international offers, sharing your journey. It was so inspirational. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much, Bhaiya.